Hey, Kelsey.
We are going on a date, and you are coming with us. We have reservations. It's going to be great.
It's basically just like a little pub.
It's a nice little pub that we like. Are you going to get a drink?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I think that there's like $200 in the date night fund. So.
Hot dog. How's Kelsey doing?
We can get real crazy up in here.
I mean, the clear bams? Sup?
Kelsey is having guests from America come to visit. Wait,
what?
He said they're from Pennsylvania. Does that mean you're having Skip visit?
Skip visiting?
It didn't occur to me until just now. Can you buy chat drinks too, please? I don't know if we're going to get drinks. Wait, if you're together, who's watching the kids? We have a teenage daughter. No, not Skip. No, okay.
Why does that mean? That's the real question. Why wasn't I?
They didn't even invite us. He said SMH, which I think means shake my A. So he's shaking his A for us. Oh no, it was smart. Dang it, J-Dubs, but would you shake your booty for us? Would you give us a little booty shake? Not Skip. Skip not visiting.
No, it's not.
Bummer. You are always welcome to visit.
Oh, now you tell me after I have to bring
We had
it
to
up.
ask. We had to ask. That hurts, Kelsey. We're vampires. You have to invite us. It's a whole thing. Nobody needs to see that. Maybe everybody needs to see it. Would you like to see the foliage? It's starting to get green here now. It's so exciting. It's been kind of gray all day today, which you can see. But now it's clearing out.
You guys are going to see downtown Noblesville. Have we ever streamed from there before?
I feel like we have definitely streamed from downtown Noblesville before.
Have we? I can't recall.
I don't know.
You've been streaming for so long at this point now.
Can Chad stick our heads out the window and slobber into the wind? Please do.
Who said that?
Barry.
Hey, Barry.
I was thinking about Barry today. You know who I was thinking about today that's delightful? I'm going to talk about somebody who's not present currently. She is streaming right now, though, so you should hop over and, tell her that she's wonderful. Do you know Pizza Princess G?
Yeah.
Juliana?
Yeah.
So her family owns the pizza chain that she works at.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the district manager of multiple stores. I think it says 6 or something on her website, or on her page, but I'm not positive how many stores it is, but it's quite a few.
She's probably busy.
She's 26 years old.
Crushing.
And she tweeted today, or put on Instagram today, that she's going to go work her another 12-hour day. And she streams the whole time that she's working. She just puts her phone in and plugs it in and just sets it on the counter and works. Yeah. Which is, she's got a really...
Yeah, I've watched her.
Yeah.
I know.
And she's working at her family's business 12 hours straight because employees are quitting or calling out or not being there. And the business means something to her and she cares about it.
Yeah.
And she actually shows up and she does the work, and she's a very hard worker.
Yeah. And
it's just something that you don't see often in a 26-year-old. And she was I told her this today, I was I'm just really proud of you. And she was well, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. I was well, yeah, sure, for sure. And you should. You're allowed that. But also, I'm just really proud of you that you're even trying. The work she's just an impressive young lady, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And she's very
kids
impressive.
These days. Kelsey's working hard. Pizza Princess working hard.
Yeah. Tattooist also on track for graduating. Did you see that?
I didn't, but that's
Tattooist, was that this May you're working, or you're graduating? Or is that over the summer? Or next year? I don't even know.
It's just amazing.
Sorry, somebody was talking while I was looking this way. Oh no, that was Barry. December. She'll be graduating in December.
What a legend.
That tattooist, man. And then what will you be when you graduate? I think it's a pharmacist, but I'm not positive.
Oh, pharmacist? Holy cow.
I don't remember exactly. I could have made that up. It's very possible. I'm a terrible friend. I have forgotten what tattooist is. I know she takes a lot of science, and she's good at science. But I feel like it's pharmacy, but I'm not positive. Oh, it's a BS in biology.
Yeah.
All right.
Pharmacy, biology, you know. Potato.
And there's biology involved in pharmacy because you have to put the pharmacies into...
Put the drugs up your butt.
Wait, what? Hi, guys. I'd love to stay in chat, but now I feel like I need to work about 8 more hours. I know, right, Jamie 20?
Get to work, you.
You lazykins. Lazy man. I can do a lot of things since it's general, like a jack of all trades. Indeed. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
So, butt drugs. Butt drugs indeed. She could go do butt drugs.
Drugs.
We are on our way to a restaurant called Grindstone Public House. It is in the it's called On the Square is how we say it. In the heart of downtown Noblesville. And
historic.
It's historic.
Downtown Noblesville.
And we will go there and we will have dinner and it will be great.
Historic.
Historic downtown Noblesville.
Because it's a blend of old and new.
It's both. It is both of those things. How was everybody's week? What are you doing on this Meat Friday? By the way, for those of you who are not, regulars here, we usually don't eat meat on Fridays because we are Catholic and that's against the rules. And not just because it's against the rules, but because it's good for you to have some sort of penance.
Your car says wave, damn it. You should wave to her.
Hello, both. What kind of food is at the restaurant? Great question. Grassroots Catholic is here. Anywho, blah, blah, blah. Normally, we give up meat on Fridays. It's like this whole thing where you get to take your suffering and join it to that of Jesus. And so then you get to participate in the salvation of the world. It's very exciting. But on Solemnity Fridays, you get to eat meat. And Easter for Catholics is an 8-day octave as well as a liturgical season. But the Solemnity rocks 8 days. And so we have Meat Friday this Friday. Very exciting. Main Beth is eating KFC.
Double down? Double decker?
Is it a new... I don't know what... I do know what kind of food it is. It's just normal American food, but it's not like an Applebee's.
I'm probably going to have like a hamburger.
Are you?
Yeah, maybe.
You're going to have a hamburger?
Yeah, well, it's Meat Friday.
It is Meat Friday.
Maybe
I'll just gnaw on a squirrel.
Maybe some ribs?
Oh, right. Sure. I kind of ate meat last Friday. Oh, Kelsey. Last Friday was the no meat Friday. I just learned so many new words. Which words did you learn, Dad Mode? Do you need some definitions? Can I help with anything?
You should flip it around so they can see the entry to downtown. Nice little row of houses and stuff. Some kind of cool houses.
Jeffrey, you watch Gia on for Pizza Princess? She's such a good egg. She's just a real good egg. And she's like, you guys need to come to Rochester so you can make pizza with me.
Dude, I know. I talked to her about it. I'm down.
I know. We should go. I don't know when we're going to be in Rochester, New York, but...
Well, we have to go just for her.
Did you know that Rochester, New York is closer to Pittsburgh than Philadelphia is?
How come you're not showing them the historic...
I'm sorry.
Connor
historic
Street?
Connor Street. Focus. Look, it's got a sign even. Look, sorry. You're hooked to something.
It's historic.
All the ones I couldn't repeat or spell.
Look at the pretty
It's so
foliage.
pretty.
Look at the pink blooms.
So nice. Now there's a lot of white blooms here because we do have a lot of Bradford pear, and most of you should be aware that Bradford pear is the devil. If you know anybody who is a gardening, like that's it right there, that white thing. Those are an invasive species. They seed easily and they take over spaces, and now native trees cannot grow because of the freaking Bradford pear.
Show them that house.
You'll know which house it is when you see it.
Isn't that cool?
Nice house. When do we see the skyscrapers? Ain't no skyscrapers in Noblesville, friendo. Noblesville has no skyscrapers. There is a guy who lives in this car here. I mean, he doesn't live there.
Wait, what is this? This is a new restaurant. Debbie's Daughter's Bakery and Cafe.
Yeah, they didn't have that. That's new. You need that house. I do need that house. I'd love to live downtown here, but not on Connor. This is a busy street.
Yeah, one street over.
Wow, so much green.
Yeah,
I know.
That's new.
That's new. We've never seen that before. I have a friend who used to live there, but she sold that house.
Oh, show them this house.
Okay.
Look at this one. It's like a. It's not
gray,
even a house.
It looks like a Halloween house.
There.
Oh, that one? It also looks like a Halloween house. This one is actually a business.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's the town hall. What are we doing? We're going on a date. Going on a date. See all the dang Bradford pears? Friggin' Bradford pears.
Do they fruit?
No.
Stupid.
Yeah, but they do blow seeds everywhere, and then the entire river gets clogged up with friggin' Bradford pears.
They would,
But they're pretty, which is why people planted them in the first place.
Yeah. It's like the African ivy or whatever it's called.
I love house window shopping. It's nice, right? Where's the home of Mrs. Ruby sign? It may surprise you to learn nobody cares about what I want, ever. I emailed our priest today to ask if he could maybe consider doing like quarterly, right before school pickup confessions for the school parents who are sitting around in the parking lot. And we'll see how that goes.
Look, there's a little Pokemon
Never
store.
want to sell me the windows. Oh yeah, so this is one of our favorite groups of stores right here. This is Moonshot. This is Moonshot Toys, and it's like a local toy store, and it's got a very local toy store feel to it, which is really, really cool. And then there's Moonshot Games around the corner here, which I've taken you guys in there to buy games before, you may remember. And also Moonshot Collectibles is across. Is it over there?
Yes,
I think it's over there. But they do like cards. That would be awesome. I hope your priest is on board with that. I hope so. I think he would if he had time. Like, if he has time. Not meaning he hasn't told me no yet. Dang it. If I had known that they had outdoor seating at Mateo's, I would have gone there.
Well, why don't you go ask and see if they can get us into that spot right there?
What?
What? Did you not hear what I said?
I did hear what you said, but I'm afraid to go ask.
Just go ask.
There's ice cream if you guys want to go there after. Unless they can get us into an outdoor seat at Mateo's. But wouldn't it be nice to sit outside?
Just go ask. Say, is this seat available? Oh, we're almost out of gas. I just realized.
I know, I did it on purpose. I mean, not on purpose. I just didn't want to.
Let's go, chat.
All right, chat. We are at downtown Noblesville. Off we go. We're going outside. I apologize. I didn't bring microphones, so I hope that this isn't terrible sound-wise. Oops, wrong way.
Yeah, so there's the ice cream shop, cigar shop.
The cigar shop is new.
No, that's not new. Never been there though. There's
Isn't
a taco place over there. There's a really locally famous bar. I think they have karaoke or something.
Like the only bar we have in Noblesville. Meet Friday date night. Yeah, baby.
Man, it's really nice out right now.
You watch her every day? That's so nice.
First time I've been outside.
Hold on, I'm trying to flip you around. It's not working. Ah. Yeah, it's really been a very nice day today. This is where we get all the Pokemon, by the way, guys.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon gyms here.
Lots. Crossing the street. Being an absolute weirdo who's on her phone in public. This is not LA. This is not normal here.
It's normal.
It's normal adjacent.
The jewelry store.
The jewelry store. Very nice. I took Mary to this coffee shop, and this is where Mary had her date with David at Noble Coffee. Noblesville is in LA of Indiana.
That place has some good Asian food.
This is our favorite place to take people for breakfast if you ever come visit. We took Kevbot.
Kevbot, Bunny, Colton, they've all been there.
Yeah. Noblesville is the LA of the Midwest. This is our courthouse, by the way. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Oh, hello. You've completely turned sideways on me. There we go. Being under siege from interweb trolls with fake threats, that's exactly what happened.
Dipshit.
Exactly. Ooh, goodness.
Just give the old one away.
You can ask. That table's not covered, so maybe I'll wait. I'll wait outside. I'll wait outside and talk to chat. Okay, I'm going to take you over here to look in the window of the antique store that's next door. Look. I don't know what's happening here. It's terrifying. It's a mildly terrifying window. But those little pots back there are cute. I really have no idea what's going on with that creepy child thing, though. Vintage toys. Vintage. This pinup doll appears to have stolen Santa Claus's face. I don't know what to make of that. It is?
Yeah.
Yay! So you have to call the people and tell them that we can't come because I can't take off my phone. we get to sit outside.
Wanna try something else?
We can go to Moonshot. It's right next door. Hold on. So it's on this other side right here. And I think they are still open. Let me look. Yeah, they're open till 9. We can go afterwards if you want. Okay, that's our table now. Ooh, fancy, but very fancy. Oh, yeah, so in the summertime, this little alley right here, they do community dinners in it. And I think the restaurants downtown take turns with who gets to host the thing. But then they have like the pretty little lighting and there's art, and like in all of the alleys, there's art installations like that. Pretty neat, huh? Karen says hey.
Who?
Karen.
Hey, Karen. What's up?
Okay, we're gonna sit down with our guy. Hold on. Maybe. Is parking difficult to find? Great question. No. There's parking on the street right there, all around, and then all around the courthouse there's parking. You have to parallel park if you go down this side street, but there's just face-in parking all around. Nowhere near enough space for all chat. I think we can sit down, babe. Okay, I'm gonna set you up right here on the corner. You don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me work out where we're gonna put you guys. What are you doing?
I think we're gonna sit.
I know, you're being very strange. There you go. Yeah, you know, we get to sit outside. Did you call them and tell them?
No. I
Okay.
would call them now.
We will need 30 separate checks, please. Exactly. So we never get to go to this place because this is like the fancy restaurant in downtown Noblesville. And they don't usually have outdoor tables, but then again, it's not usually summer, is it?
What's the place called? Grindstone?
Grindstone. Yeah. He's gonna call. That doesn't look like Wendy's. It's not. We need to change the title, but I don't know how to change the title on mobile. Where's Cadmus when you need him? Never around when I need him.
Hello.
Hello. If it bothers you deeply, we have our friends from the internet with us. Is that okay?
Oh, totally fine.
Okay, just don't get scared of them.
Okay.
They are strange. But mostly nice.
Okay.
Yeah, hey
Great.
Kelsey, we had a reservation for 6:15. We just need to cancel. We're
My
not
name's
gonna be able to
Elena. I'll be taking care of you tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll
Katie?
get you some menus. I'll be right back.
Thanks.
Katie, yeah.
It was at 6.
Oh, it was at 6 actually. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Oh, I can't read them. It's very bright. We are nice. You are nice. I can't read your names very easily though,
Oh, here.
because of the sunny sunshine. It'll go down a little bit behind the courthouse in just a second, but for right now, it's like, whoops, wrong way. Hold on. Just glaring at me over this thing here. Most of the time you're nice. Sometimes you're bad. Hey, there you go. Oh, Katie can't tell who's not being nice today. I can tell now, Zintax.
What's up, Syntax? How you been? Haven't seen you in a hot minute.
He implied that he was going to play games with me today, but then he didn't say anything.
Things happen.
And then
you know?
everyone got mad because I was like, hey, would anybody like to play games? Because the kids were all home today, and I was just having Mary sit on my lap and play games with me. And I was like, would anyone like to play a game? And everybody's like, we have jobs, Katie. And I was like, I don't. Really.
I couldn't play any games.
No, you were working. Is Keith still here? Keith, are you still here? Or are you busy? If you left, that's okay. But I'm just gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then this is the drinks menu.
Fantastic.
I'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Okay.
Okay, so if you ever watched way too much Teen Mom, Amber likes to come here with her boyfriend on
Ooh,
Teen Mom.
maybe she's here.
I doubt it, but I don't even know if she still lives here or around here, but she did at some point. Still here. Okay, does it totally distract you when I talk to you during your live streams or during your lives on Instagram? I don't know if they're called live streams. I think they are. But I like to come in there and I'm like, oh hey, I'm gonna chat. I like chatting. Let's chat. And then I feel like I'm the only one chatting, and then I'm taking over, and then I feel bad about it. So you have to tell me if I'm bothering you. Those are large sunglasses, and praise Jesus for that, because I am gonna wear large sunglasses until I'm a 70-year-old woman. This is the hill I'm dying on.
Would you like a drink?
Yeah. What would you like to pick out for me?
Anything you're in the mood for? An Italian lemon drop might be good. Lemony, like a sour.
I can't read it.
It's limoncello, amaretto, lemon juice syrup,
Uh-huh.
fruited mule, rum.
I don't like rum. Gives me a headache.
Italian 75, gin, curacao, lemon juice, prosecco.
Yeah, okay. Whatever. You pick. You pick. I don't know. Hi, Louise. I miss you.
Hey, miss you too.
Triple tequila, says John from work. I'm here, and you haven't asked me to what. Oh, I just needed to change to Mateo's instead of Grindstone Public House, because we are at Mateo's. In case you wanted to look up the menu,
If you're nearby and you want to come
or if you want to just come by and hang
stream
out.
snipe us.
Yeah. Who wants to split an app? No way. It helps when people chat. Otherwise, I'm just blabbing incoherently. That's what I feel like. If chat's not talking to me, I get really stressed out. But then, like, your chat doesn't talk very much. And so I'm over here like, I have thoughts on this. But then I feel like I'm making it about me. And I don't like that. So anyway, you guys should come bother Keith while he's streaming. Hey.
All right, can I get you anything to drink besides the water?
Yes, please. What do you think about the Italian lemon drop or the Italian 75?
Okay, so the Italian lemon drop is made with homemade limoncello, so it's
Ooh.
something
That's neat.
so
Okay.
that's something that a lot of people do like.
All right, let's try one of those.
Italian lemon drop.
And an old fashioned for me, the Mateo's old fashioned.
And do you have specials tonight?
Yes, we do. Just give me one moment.
Oh, no, you take your time.
You're special.
And then, what type of bourbon would you like?
Oh, what does it come with? Evan Williams? Oh man, well I guess I could get, I'll do Makers.
Makers?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we do have some specials. We have chicken and sausage lasagna tonight. We have lobster ravioli with the white cream sauce. We have the ribeye with rice pilaf and green beans. And then lastly, we have mahi mahi, which is a white flaky fish, petty rosso style. Petty rosso style comes with red and yellow bell peppers with the white cream sauce and rice on the side.
Okay. Thank
I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay, it's Meat Friday, so I have to have a meat of some sort.
Oh, hey, Whiskey Monster. I got that just for you.
A
Oh, Buffalo Trace. Yeah, I don't know what they had. I just picked what I know.
I doubt she means bechamel since it's an Italian restaurant that's French. It's probably a cheese sauce, if I had to guess.
Max says okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let chat order for me.
Yeah, so go
If you can see the menu.
If you can go find Mateo's in Noblesville, you should be able to see the what is this called?
Menu.
Max thinks that we should get the calamari, which is a good starter, but it is fish,
I also heard once upon a time that
and it's Meat Friday.
a lot of calamari is actually just pig butthole.
I know, you told me that once upon a time that it was pig butthole. No, wrong one, Cypress. That's the old one.
So you never know. Calamari's ever since then been a little sus for me.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Luis will have the children's chicken tendies. No way, man, no way.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Okay, so the meat options that I'm seeing here,
I'm not even gonna look at the menu. I want chat to just tell me what to eat.
there's an 8-ounce center cut filet baked in puff straight pastry with a side of asparagus, roasted pine nut, and gorgonzola cream sauce, which I think I've had before and enjoyed. There's also a veal parmesan, which is nice.
Not Dougal says veal piccata.
They do have a veal piccata
Ooh, that sounds good too.
right there.
13 pieces of
30
tiramisu.
pieces of tiramisu. Nice.
Favorite restaurant in
Oh,
Tucson.
that sounds good. Whiskey Monster.
Okay, favorite restaurant in Tucson. Ooh, okay, hold on. Give me a sec.
Your favorite restaurant is closed, isn't it?
Which one?
Terracotta.
It used to be really good. I really like
Yeah.
that. But I worked there for a second when I was in college.
It feels like we always went there.
It's because I really liked it. Ooh.
Pollo amore sounds good, or polo amore. Sorry, I'm speaking Spanish instead of tagliatelle. Which one are you looking at? Tagliatelle. What? Chicken sausage, sunday tomatoes. Wait, ooh, that does sound good. This is the one that.
Zona 78. We were just talking about that.
Oh, we do love Zona
I
78.
used to really like Zona
We
78.
do love Zona 78.
In retrospect, probably not even really that good. I don't know.
No, but it was just it was nostalgic. Okay, this is the one that Cadmus
Tarantula.
said.
I don't want to eat tarantulas.
And Zentex has the penne. Where is it? Nope, not that one. Norica. They're giving you a lot of sausage dishes.
Zona 78 is still there. That used to be my favorite.
Yeah, it's also quite pricey comparatively.
Oh yeah, I remember I was planning on getting a burger. Now we're at some Italian joint.
Sorry. Okay, I think I either want the Polo Amore or the Filetto de Blue Gorgonzola. What do you think?
Get whatever you get. I need to figure out.
This is what Whiskey Monster's looking at a bolognese.
Is there a way someone can make a poll?
Cadmus can do a poll. Yeah, filet mignon is expensive, $45. Yes, it's rough. It's the most expensive item on the menu.
So what we've been doing though is we've been setting aside every paycheck a certain amount of money for date nights, so that and we don't go on many dates, so the money ends up
Sort of piling
sort
up.
of
Do you have
piling
the
up.
bag?
So we have. Yeah, if you're
We
here
have a
local,
little fund.
and you're about to stream snipe, that bag right there is where
All the money
all the money is. So that's the one you want to grab.
Who's watching the kids? Maggie. What are the options? I'm here for 2 more minutes. Okay, so Polo Amore. This is for me. Filetto di Blue Gorgonzola.
Okay, hold on.
Are you gonna do it?
No, I'm gonna tell him Polo, Filetto.
Those are the 2 that I'm choosing between, I
Okay,
think.
so that's a poll for you.
Yeah.
What's for me? You didn't
Ooh,
have
wait.
to pull it all out now.
I know, but I just want to know how much we have. Ooh. We have a nice date night fun today. I love chicken for the lady. That's what I'm thinking. Love chicken. He says, yeah, that's still here. The owners opened an offshoot restaurant called Stray Dogs, but ended up closing it, which was a bummer. We went to a place when we visited last
It was really cool.
that was like a garage-looking place.
Yeah, it used to be
was
where
like
the
Culinary
old
Dropout. Is that what
lumber.
it's called?
Yep. It used to
Yeah.
be an old lumber supply store,
That was nice.
and they converted it into like this huge restaurant. That was really good.
Yeah, it seemed like fun, but it also kind of seemed like a party location. So maybe if you
Sausage
wanted to-
Deli, one of our favorites.
Sausage Deli is my favorite. It's on First and Grants.
All right, there's a pull up.
It's on First and Grants. You need to go to that. And when you go, what you need to get is you need to get the roast beef with provolone. Okay, write it down. Roast beef, provolone. With chopped pepperoncinis, green peppers, onion, and hoagie juice. And also mustard. Mustard, hoagie juice, provolone, roast beef, chopped pepperoncinis, green peppers, and an onion, and then it's all hot. You need it all hot, okay? And you either want that on the hoagie roll or on the onion roll, okay? If you want the smaller one, you get the onion roll. I'm so excited. What's Katie's dinner? What do we got? Oh, you guys, it's so expensive.
There's only 3 votes.
They're trying to
No
spend
one's
all of
even
my
voting.
money.
No one's even voting. Nope.
There we go. Now we're evened up. So if you can't look at the menu, it's chicken breast sauteed in marsala wine sauce with garlic, mushrooms, and cream, topped with prosciutto and melted mozzarella, served over Italian rice pilaf, or the 8-ounce center cut filet baked in puff pastry, served with asparagus, roasted pine nut, and gorgonzola cream sauce.
I'd go that route personally.
It is a little bit like a beef Wellington. Which one would you go with?
The Polo is winning. Ooh.
Also, just
Nope,
in case you're a
tied.
price person,
7-7.
the polo is
Hurry up, hurry up.
$25.50
Get your
and
votes in.
the
Get your votes in.
filet is $45. It's $45. Oh my gosh, just at the last minute.
Just squeaked it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey,
So
you know where we are.
expensive.
We're at Mateo's.
Hey, we're at Mateo's. Okay, so what did you want to choose between?
I don't know.
Do you need your own poll? Or
Whatever
Yes.
whatever Max orders for me.
It's the most meat option for Meat Friday. It is the most meat option.
Max, tell me what to order.
Maybe we should share that.
It's a fillet. That's not
An
enough.
8-ounce fillet. That's 2 people's worth of meat.
Small people like you.
Ugh. It would have been 8-8 if I'd realized time was running out.
All right. Well, what if we share?
I have a couple drinks here for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Perfect. Have the Italian lemon drop.
Yeah, I'll let you put it down.
Perfecto.
Thank you.
And Matilda's Old Fashioned.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
You're welcome.
Cheers. Ooh, that's strong.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they just didn't stir it much.
That's delicious. Double appetizer and share the fillet.
Or yeah, we can use salad.
There's a caprese salad. I know you like that.
Fritto misto italiano.
Well, you decide what you want. I don't know. I just work here. You can either go big or you can go home and cook your own on the grill, but still big. I cannot believe that you two are not ID. No, I can't. We're old. I just got back from my home eating a
Wait.
shrimp boat.
There's a Salumeria de Matteo. Create your own traditional Italian antipasta. We can create our own.
And then save room for dessert. Martini glasses are treacherous because even if you haven't been drinking, you're likely to spill all over yourself and look like you've been drinking way too much. You know? I don't know, the veal with the white wine sauce also sounds really good.
All right, Max says he wants to start with the calamari.
Max would very much like the calamari.
Hi, Cadmus.
Hi, Cadmus.
Kind of underwhelmed with this. Yours looks good.
Do you want to try it? It's the homemade limoncello is very nice.
Did you? I hate martini glasses.
I know, martini glasses are the worst. Martini glasses exist to make us all look drunk.
Especially when you have to carry them.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to go very slow.
Right?
Everyone's looking at you.
So whoever invented this glass was like, you know what? Let's ruin a server's day.
Yeah.
Let's just make it terrible. Okay, what do you recommend? What's your favorite thing?
Appetizer wise?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, appetizer wise, the olive scalana is definitely something that a lot of people like to order. The Frito misto is one of my personal favorites. And then the calamari as well.
The calamari is what the chat was asking for.
All right, so we'll start with the calamari.
Okay.
Do you know? Do you want to do 2 appetizers?
I don't know. Do you want to do 2 appetizers? We're terrible at this.
Yeah. Ooh. Breaded green olives stuffed with ground veal. That's what you were saying?
Yes, that's the one a lot of people do like.
Ooh. You like olives?
No.
No? Okay, I didn't think so. That sounds good to me, though.
But you could get it and I would eat it.
No.
No, I would share with you.
No.
Because I love you.
That's true love right there.
It is. If you're willing to eat olives.
Yeah, I don't think
For a
I will
man.
ever love anyone enough. To eat
Never
olives.
enough for that.
Nah.
I've given birth to 5 of his children, so what are you going to do?
So you do love them
A
enough.
little bit.
All right, here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to do the calamari,
Mhm.
the Frito misto,
Mhm.
and then after that, can we split a ensalada Cesare?
Uh-huh.
Chatins salate.
And then then we're gonna share the fillet.
Filet con risotto.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we still have room for dessert.
Yeah, of course. And then
This is delicious. What a good call.
No, it's really
I
good.
liked it. What type of what's the temperature for your filet?
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare.
Yes.
All right. Would you like any anchovies on your Caesar, or this is just as it comes?
Does it normally have anchovies? Just in dressing.
No, just on the dressing.
Okay.
But we can add anchovies to the top
No,
of it.
just in the dressing is fine.
Okay.
That's
I
fine.
will be right back.
Thank
With
you.
some bread that's already in the oven. I'll get you some oil as well.
Awesome,
Love
thanks.
you. The building in front of you looks very cool. It is very cool.
How do you
I like
feel?
that you can see the reflection. That is our. So we call it the courthouse, but it's not actually the courthouse anymore.
Wow,
it
that
used
thing
to
really
be.
moves.
Yes, it does. It used to be the courthouse, but now it is mostly just offices and government buildings and exists because it's a fixture. But lots of towns in Indiana have a square just like this one with a courthouse in the middle. There's a big, ugly, modern courthouse behind it for actual court proceedings. My husband won't take me on a date, so I am following on a date with you guys. Little Susie, welcome, and thank you for third wheeling on our date. Hey, supercalifragilistic, welcome in. Katie looks classy. Martini glasses are for people who drink at the bar. That must be. Did you say frito misto, like a vending machine Japanese fusion? I don't know. I think frito means fried. I don't know what misto means. I don't know. She's got oil. Look at her! Oh, you're my hero. Thank you.
We got all kinds of goodies in this oil.
I know. Chat, do you want to see the oil? Hold on. Let me turn you down. Look at what we got here. So it looks kind of like Italian dressing, basically. Can we try a bite of your food too? Yes. Mixed fried is what it means. Oh, there you go. We've moved it, so now I can't see.
Well, we didn't get bruschetta. They had one.
They did have a bruschetta, but we did not get one in Upishlam. Frito misto, homemade cheese ravioli, and
Potato croquettes, which is why I was like,
that's
like
I would want that. The potato croquettes. I love you.
I love you too.
You're a good man.
I just want you to feel loved.
I know what that means. That's code.
We all have our own love languages, you know?
Mine's fried potatoes.
Mine's physical touch.
Your mother-in-law watches this. Mine's fried potatoes too. Yep. This is really very good.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you going to come stop by?
Come by, we'll share.
Yeah, we will. Poor Whiskey Monster. She's like, oh no, I did not sign up for this. It's got sugar on the rim and I like it.
Yeah, I know,
what are
it's
your
good.
thoughts on foie gras?
I like it.
I've actually never had it plain. I've had it on top of stuff.
Yeah,
or
like on
mixed
toast.
in. Yeah, I've had it mixed in with things. So I've never tasted it all by itself. I've not been angry with it when it existed. I don't seek it out. I don't know. We're not that fancy.
Yeah, we don't eat it very often. I maybe had it twice in my life.
I tried foie gras once and I didn't like it.
Honestly, this was a good idea. Just 'cause we spotted this table and tried it. And
I know. I
so
always
nice
want to
out
come
there.
here. And it's so pretty.
Well, we went inside once
For
and
Valentine's Day.
It
or
was
my
nice.
birthday.
Yeah,
It was for my birthday.
but it was like, eh.
No, I like being in there because it's like being in a mobster movie.
Got it.
Like they've got paintings on the walls and like it looks like Frank Sinatra's hiding out there somewhere. I'd rather eat snails as long as there's a lot of melted garlic butter to smother them in. Okay? You looking fancy in that drink and those shades. Oh, thank you. These shades came in my FabFit Fun box.
Oh, is that where you got it?
They're Jessica Simpson. So
I had
they
a
don't
huge
know
crush
if
on her
chicken
when I
of the
was in high
sea
school.
is chicken or fish.
She was like, you know how there was Brittany, Mandy Moore, Christina, Jessica Simpson? My order went Christina, Brittany, like,
Oh, from the bottom of the top.
yeah,
Okay.
Christina, Brittany, Mandy Moore, Jessica Simpson. Yeah.
Okay. That tracks actually, based on who you married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I met you, you liked Ashley Simpson, the music.
You know what? She had like one album, and I to this day, I don't care how embarrassing that is. I liked that album. I don't care. Ashley Simpson put out a good album. It was good, angsty, teen girl music, right when I needed it most.
This was a lot of ice, just for the record. It's not like I don't drink a lot. This was mostly ice.
This is delightful. So Keith is going to be forced to come to Chicago when I'm in Chicago. I don't know if he's actually going to be there, but he's supposed to be there. But it's a Monday, Tuesday, so I don't know if you're going to be able to go.
When?
When I'm in Chicago.
What's the date?
June 5th and 6th, I think, where that Monday, Tuesday is.
I can work from a hotel.
Yes, but you also have to take care of the kids.
Yeah. Take care is a strong phrase. You know?
Keep them from dying, anyway. How did you guys meet? We haven't told this story in a long time. Would you like to tell the children how we met?
Well, once upon a time,
The stem of this is sticky, by the way.
I was a young man, just full of testosterone, looking for ladies. Spotted one across the room. Pretty much how it went.
Gotcha, supercalifragilistic.
So, funny story.
I'm ignoring you. He's depressed.
Sorry.
Pray for him. Got you, boy.
Hang in there. Mental health is for real. I've been taking my anti-anxiety meds, and I've been like, it's been good.
It's almost like that mattered.
Yeah.
Gosh, who said that?
I wasn't
to you?
taking them for a few months, and I got a little.
Almost
it was a
quit
little
your
difficult.
job 30 times,
Yeah.
and your wife got real nervous.
But I'm back on them. We're good now.
Yep. Step one is acceptance, Luis.
Yeah. So
You're not
anyway,
telling them how we met.
we had a class together, a Spanish class, and I saw what she brought to the table, and I was impressed.
Now, it's worth noting that multiple times throughout college, I would get to, you know how like there's always a presentation at the end where somebody had to stand up and deliver some sort of a paper or something that they did in college? I was mostly known for repeatedly looking at people during those things going, that guy always been in this class?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Way to make me feel better. Because what happened next is, one day, after a few days of our class, I saw her leaving a room, a conference, or a big
Lecture hall.
And I had the next class, and I saw her coming out, and I was like, "Hey, aren't you in my Spanish class?" I literally got ignored. She looked at me and walked away.
I did not. I answered you. I said, maybe.
Yeah, and then she just walked away. I was like, "Wow, okay. I guess she's not into me." Anyway.
To be fair, he was hot, and I was wearing a t-shirt that said, I heart nerds.
Yeah. So anyway, I recognized her. I was like, "Hey, aren't you in my class?" She ignored me. And then next time we had class together, I think she's like, "Oh, that's that guy who came up to me." So we started talking. Obviously, she's super white. I'm kind of Mexican looking. So, I pretended that I could speak Spanish, tutor her, and ipso facto.
Did you say that you're Mexican looking?
Yeah, Mexican looking. I am Mexican. But I also look kind of Mexican.
Your parents would have some questions about that.
Yeah, so anyway, I told her I could, tutor her. She believed me. I took her to Applebee's.
Fool that I was.
Took her to Applebee's to tutor her. We got some Corona, because,
No.
Okay.
He took me to Coffee Exchange to study with another guy from our class, during which time he received a phone call from a girl that he was, as the kids now say, talking to.
Yeah, I was talking to her.
Who arrived at Coffee Exchange to sit with us and mad dog me hard the whole time.
Yeah, she's like, "Who is this person?"
And then they said, it's happy hour at the Bees. We should go get some bees.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
And Luis said, I'll drive with Alex. You can drive with this chick I'm dating.
Dating is a strong word. You just gotta follow.
Thank you for the follow, Andy.
Dating is a strong word. I was exploring opportunities that presented themselves to me at
So
the
I
time.
get in the car with Chica Von, not his girlfriend, and she proceeds to tell me about how all of her sorority sisters have said that they are dating. They just don't have the title yet. They're basically together, but without the title. This was around the time that the book He's Just Not That Into You was gaining popularity. She apparently had not yet read it. Anywho, blah, blah, blah. She was like, yeah, we're basically together. Like, he's at my dorm all the time. He basically...
I was there a couple times.
Always over, just so you know.
It was maybe twice.
And I was like, okay, you have effectively peed all over that guy. good for you. And so we went. We had our dinner. We had our apps, half-price appetizers.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went home, and I texted you. I was like, hey, just so you know, that girl is pretty sure you were
And that's when
dating.
Katie decided to steal that girl's boyfriend.
No, I had a boyfriend at the time. And I texted him.
We were almost married. Her and me and this other girl.
I texted him, and I said, hey, so are you dating? I can't even remember her name now.
Tracy.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Tracy. Are you dating Tracy? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, Tracy thinks you're dating Tracy, so you should probably clear that
Okay, so
up.
here's the thing. When I was in college, I didn't really realize that like going out with women for dinners and, you know, different things meant like dating. I just thought it was like, you know, spending time, getting to know one another.
Sometimes people were naked. What are you gonna
I mean,
do?
I don't know.
Yada yada. It was not a good example of virtue. Please do not follow this example.
I mean, I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Anywho, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went out on quite a lot of dates that I didn't realize were dates at the time, I guess.
Yeah, there was a period of time there where there were multiple girls giving me death stares when I would walk with him on campus. One of them's name was Lorraine, and she continued to give me said death stare after we were married and I was pregnant with his first child, and we were walking around the mall together and we saw her and she was like,
Yeah, you know.
yikes.
Anyway.
What college was it? Not ASU. We went to the University of Arizona in Tucson, Arizona. Not Sun Devils. Sun Devils are the enemy.
So yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. Exactly. Wildcats.
You know Keith lives in Tucson?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I told you that.
Well, and he mentioned that.
Oh yeah, that's
He
right.
said
He
that.
asked what your favorite restaurant in Tucson
Yeah,
was.
I knew him. I follow him.
I do too. But I don't think he talks about his personal life much.
I follow him.
I'm
on
just
Instagram.
outing this poor man all over the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you end up in Indiana? To you, my darling.
All right. So the story behind that is basically I was working one day. This manager from our Indianapolis office for the company I worked for at the time came to the Tucson office, presented this really like terrible PowerPoint presentation.
So good.
It like showed houses in Indiana and the cost of living and, you know, blah blah blah. The Pacers are here, the Colts, you could do all this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay.
Sounds good.
So I walked out. Katie's office, she had like a cubicle, not an office. It was right outside the room we were in for this meeting. I walked out. I was like, you want to move to Indiana? And she's like, yeah, okay. And then like a month
It
later.
is my generalized philosophy to just agree with whatever he wants because he will burn out on it pretty quick.
Yeah. So anyway, about a month later, we were in Indiana looking for a house to buy, and there we go.
That was bananas.
And yeah, and there we are.
It was crazy.
Yep.
So we
Bought
the
that house
we
on my
have
birthday, moved in, closed on my birthday.
Now. And now we've lived there for 9 years.
9 years, paid it off, all good. We're here. Ooh. Hi.
Oh, hello. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your
Oh,
stuff
thanks.
is in the way.
Well, we have so many plates now. Ooh.
Okay, I'll take this right
Okay.
here. I'll put this on the side.
Thank you. Do you need me to move?
Where's
Chad?
Jeremy?
Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy.
The fish?
No.
Fish is at home. Oh, those are potatoes, honey. Remember?
I know. I was gonna.
They look like mozzarella sticks, but they're
They
not.
do. A lot of people think they're mozzarella sticks.
They're not.
No,
They're
one of our friends is like really anti
opposed to mozzarella sticks, just to an absurd
That's.
degree.
I feel like that's very You know, the general mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people just get it anywhere.
I was gonna
Yeah,
try to
you
troll
could just
him,
get
but
that. Yeah.
Would we like more drinks?
another.
I'll have another, but maybe like count to 400 first.
Okay.
Just wait. Or
With your
just wait
salad.
10 minutes. Like with
Okay.
my salad.
With your salad, okay.
That'll do.
And would you like?
Yeah, but I'm gonna do just like a beer instead.
Yeah, without beer.
I don't know what was on your list. Sorry. Okay.
I don't like to eat the tentacle
Is there a
bits.
beer?
I don't either, right?
I know.
Oh, there's no beer. Wait, is there beer?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
Gosh, it's in capital letters, honey. I love you
I didn't
so
look
much.
at that. I'll do Peroni. because we're at an Italian place. So,
Sure.
you know.
So we got the frito misto, which is mixed fried things,
Thank you.
and then we got the what's this called? Calamari. 30 seconds. Just talk amongst yourselves. Would you like the grace in English or in Latin, Chad?
Let's just do English.
Because you don't know it in Latin.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
All right, fine. Do it in Latin.
In nome Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Benedict Domine nos et haec tu dona, quae de tua largitate sumus suntori per Christum Domino nostrum. Amen. Latin! There you go. The tentacles are tentacular.
Yeah, make sure you don't drop that. 'Cause
What?
we've had a lot of people that like tip it over.
Oh
and
my
it
gosh.
falls.
They'll just slide all over the place. Oy, oy, oy. Are these the same sauces or different?
They're the same sauces.
Okay, cool.
Do you mind it? Here, can I?
This will be my sauce.
Can I do this?
You monster.
Hold on. Here.
Wait, how come you got all of the potato thing?
What?
No, okay. No, you're good. You're good.
Can I just give you that one
Yeah.
and make some room?
Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Alright. Is that deep fried ravioli? Yes. So here's our calamari for Max. They're the same sauce for both.
Mmm.
Gracias.
Well, that's good.
I don't know the table blessing in Spanish.
It's the other book.
Yo, Keith, how's it going, man? How's the family?
Oh, there's 2 Keiths now.
Keith Anthony. How you been, man? What is new with you? That was synchronized eating? We're just so in
Did
sync.
we? I wasn't paying attention. Ooh, I like these questions that require you to tell stories. Chat, ask us more questions that require Louise to tell you a story.
Pig anus.
Why I gotta say that? Why you gotta talk about pig anuses? On this, the holiest of Easter Fridays.
Oh yeah, you you didn't eat dinner, Andy, or what? I wish the antique shops were still open. We could totally go antiquing.
We can go to the game store.
Yeah.
What convinced you to go to this restaurant in particular?
This table right here was just
This table
open.
was available. We drove by it, it had an open table.
We asked, is this table available? And they said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to go to another restaurant right there. One time we went to Disneyland. Maggie was eating calamari like this, and it was so funny. We took a picture of it because she was like, was she Mary's age? How old was she? 4, maybe?
She would have been like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. And she was like putting the calamari into her mouth. So funny.
She was having such a good time. I'm so excited to take Mary to Disney World. I can't even deal with it. I'm so excited. I got her 2 t-shirts that were on sale at Meijer for $3 each. 1 Minnie Mouse and 1 Encanto. Mickey and Minnie. It was like all of the Mickey Mouse gang. Yeah, could not have planned this better, Venus Tranquility. I think I could probably lose the glasses, but they're so cool.
Yeah. Sauce is good.
Mm-hmm. No bread yet, and I know Erin was really excited for the bread. Well, actually, Erin just said the bread was really good. I don't know that she was really excited for it. She
Well,
might have been excited for it.
It was in the oven.
Potato nonsense. Keith, how many babies are you up to now?
Still just the one, I think, right? Or was there? Did he have a second coming?
Just one. Okay, I really thought that there was 2. I don't know, Venus Tranquility. I don't remember. We've only eaten here one other time. And I came here for a wedding.
Whose wedding?
Brooks. Well, it was her her convalidation.
I was probably working.
You were.
It's back when I used to work all the
You worked
nights.
Yeah. Actually, I think you had to stay home with the kids because we didn't have a babysitter back in those days. I'm so excited. It's warm and yummy. Well, Katie and Luis, it's been jolly nice to meet you both. I will look forward to popping again soon. Hey, normally we're cooking Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I usually do in the mornings, but lately it's been a little hit or miss whether it's going to be morning or evenings. And I apologize for that because it's not the best way to build a community, but it is, we've kind of built it. And now
You
I
gotta do what you gotta
apologize.
do.
We just got to work with the fam at this point. We're a little up in the air right now.
How late? Are you still doing the train?
I'm going to say, how late do trains run?
The 24-hour trains?
We don't have public transportation in Noblesville, so this whole concept is strange. "24-hour trains. Having our first family holiday this year. When I say family, I mean the wife's parents and siblings. Ooh, that's a lot.
All right.
No, I don't need any more fried things.
No, and Max, I was going to tell you, like, the calamari is good, but it's not like, yeah, it's,
Hey, Venus, thanks for the 100 bits. I would give you your Pokemon spirit animal, but I don't have a Pokemon package with me. So your Poke patron of the day is...
there's Pokemon right there.
What's that one called? Something?
Ryulo?
Ryulo?
Ryulo.
There you go. Mostly during the nights, they have to be cleaned and serviced.
Okay, hold on. Whoops. Here we go. Let's see. Can it go that far around?
I don't know.
Nope, can't.
Well,
Let's see.
if you go the other way, stop.
Ah! Oh gosh!
What are you doing?
Oh no! Oh no!
Stop. Stop it. Stop
Hold
it.
on. I messed up. Can't you see it now?
Behind that little grate thing, do you see the animal back there? 2-week Mediterranean cruise. Yeesh. Luis is using all of his vacation time when Hawk visits.
All of it. 3 days. Yeah.
How
Max.
long are you going to be in Chicago?
Huh? Just one night.
Just one night?
Yeah. And then we're coming back to hang out here.
Okay. I don't remember what days that is. Trains are 24 hours, but about 6 of those hours you need tactical gear to ride. What happens in those hours?
Rush hour.
Ooh, game shop? Yes, it's a game shop. We'll go over there after the stream, or after the dinner is done.
Should I ask about bread?
Only if you think I deserve bread.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not think that bread is appropriate for me, you know? You might think to yourself, no, she doesn't need any bread.
You didn't tell your mom we're going to Disney?
Did I hear you were going to Disney? Yes. We are going to Disney World the week between Maggie and Merritt's birthdays. So we will arrive on Maggie's birthday. We will leave the day before. Barry, did you change your name? Barry did change his name. Those are not the normal letters behind it.
USSF?
Yeah. How could someone not
He's
deserve
in the
that?
Space Force now?
He seems to be in the Space Force. Is there another UK trip in your eyesight? No.
I wish.
We don't. That trip, when I think back on it, seems like a fever dream.
That was crazy. The fact that we did that.
We didn't have any money at that time.
No. That was nuts. Like, you
And-
guys had no idea.
And
that
we
was,
paid $1,200 for the whole trip, and then, like, we didn't buy anything. Like, I think you guys gave us maybe $300 or so for food, and that was all we spent. Like, we
just walked around.
just walked places.
We did have one really good meal at that like ramen sushi place.
That's like
That
a
was
chain
good.
restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah.
We had a good English breakfast, remember?
At the hotel, which I
No.
realized that was not.
No, when we first got there.
Oh yes, I
We hadn't even
remember.
gotten to the hotel yet.
Mhm.
And it was one of those places where like it was probably
get the
immigrant run, you know? And he's like, come in, remember? We walked right out of the train station. He's like, come in. And you know me, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we got flagged and off the street. The one thing I remember about that trip is when you streamed trying British snacks. Yeah, that was the only stream we got done was in the hotel, remember?
Yeah.
And we bought all the British candy and tried them, and we were deeply unimpressed
Yeah.
with
Oh,
British
and
candy.
we had Nando's.
Yes, we did have neighbors. You went out and got that in the middle of the night. That's a thing that Luis does, is when I'm too tired and we're on vacation. Well, we've only ever gone places a couple of times. But he's done it in Chicago and in London.
Chicago was probably a bad idea.
That was a very bad idea.
Because I went running.
He left the hotel.
I basically went for a
middle of the
jog.
night.
And I ended up in some like really sketch neighborhood and ate at this hot dog place.
Yeah, I don't need to know. I don't want to know.
It was fine.
I don't believe that to be true. You don't believe that the Space Force has better dental plan? Max, we had like a tiny bit of money to spend on like entrance to places if we wanted to go, but we were there on a Sunday, so we went to Mass at Westminster Cathedral, which is not Westminster Abbey. They're different. Cathedral is Catholic, Abbey is Episcopalian or Church of England or whatever that is. Anyway, and but because it was a Sunday, we couldn't tour Westminster Abbey because they were having services, and so we were walking around London and we got to Buckingham Palace, and I wanted to go on the tour of Buckingham Palace, but it was like $25 a person, and we were not about to drop $25 per person on a tour, so we didn't even go in. We just sat outside.
Yeah, looked around, saw the guy playing with squirrels.
I got to feed a squirrel.
Yeah.
Remember? Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. I remember that episode of The Simpsons. The problem with jogging in Chicago is the air has a high lead content.
Oh, sure, there's that too.
Yeah, it does. Which is weird because you're not legally allowed to carry a gun in Chicago.
I didn't get pumped full of any lead.
Just for the record, it's illegal to carry a gun in Chicago, and somehow everyone is.
Yeah.
It's weird.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, doing that in London though was a much better experience. I walked out and I ended up in this neighborhood that was like open really late at night, and it was all like small little shops, and it was just so like active, and I don't know, it was just really cool.
Kingdom Pishnam has a classmate who got a lot of experience treating lead poisoning in Cook County.
Oh yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
Dennis, we're not having a political discussion.
Yeah, I told Hawk, I was like, he's like, yeah, I'll probably just go exploring around Chicago, and I'm like, honestly,
You don't
I was
want to
like,
do that.
You probably
should
just
not
want to
do
like
that.
hang.
Go to the museums
Yeah.
during the day.
Probably want to just hang at a couple places. Just saying.
Yeah. You know what your son asked me? I said I had to go to Chicago at the beginning of June.
Which son?
Micah. He said, "Oh, you're gonna go flick the bean?"
I've taught him well.
I was like, "Buddy, what does that mean?" He's like, "There's a bean in the park. Can you go flick it?" And I was like, "You need to stop saying words you don't know what they mean."
That's because I use innuendos around him all the time. He doesn't understand. They shouldn't be repeated.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
There's a reason we don't do the whole Santa Claus thing with all of our kids post Micah. And it's not because we're like super religious about it. Although we are a little super religious about it. St. Nicholas goes on the 6th. Christmas is a different day. But there was no way we were going to be able to do it post Micah, given his inability to keep things to himself.
Yeah, that's my fault.
It is your fault.
Yeah. Oh well. What can you do?
Anyway, that was one of the more uncomfortable conversations I've ever had with my son. You gonna go to Chicago and flick the bean? What? What are you asking me? Ugh.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
You're
Was there going to be any bread?
Yes.
Okay.
It's already in them.
No, you're. Thanks. Just we've heard it's very good.
Oh, well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we need to say grace again?
I don't know.
Oh.
Visually, I'd give this Caesar salad 2 out of 5.
Caesar salads always look anemic. in the
No,
mirror.
sometimes they look really good. This is a 2 out of 5 Caesar salad. Visually. Maybe we should have got the anchovies on it.
The first thing I ever cooked for you to try to impress you was Caesar salad.
I know. It's always going to have a special place in my heart, which is why I always wanted you to make me a chicken Caesar pita. To see if you still love me as much as you did when we first met.
Udon Pishkam hasn't had good bread in ages.
We were just talking about you, Hawk.
Speak of the devil. Hey, Hawk. Don't walk around Chicago by yourself. You should ask for a side of chicken with a Caesar salad and a couple of pitas.
True. True. That was smart.
Luisa's mom is a pusher of Caesar salad. Anytime that there is a Caesar salad, she thinks it's the world's greatest thing. And she makes a huge fuss over it. Like, you would think every Caesar salad was delivered
where
by
I
the
get it from.
Blessed Virgin Mary herself.
It's probably where I get it from. I love Caesar salad.
Oh my gosh.
Hawk, where are you at today? What are you up to? He's been live streaming from Korea.
I saw it at like 2 in the morning.
Well,
Time zones.
time zones are a little crazy for us, but I did see him right as I started work. Korea looks pretty nice, honestly.
Should try the Caesar salad.
There's a little bug.
Mm-hmm. Manna from the sky with Caesar salad. The Israelites are like, okay.
Ooh, thank you.
Hey,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
What's your guys' is it like for YouTube or is it just like
So I do a cooking show on Twitch 3 days a week.
oh
So it's all live and I cook most of the time. But today,
so it's Twitch?
yeah, Twitch.
Oh look, wow. I thought it was like YouTube and everything. I was
Now, Twitch has a more of a live stream thing, and I am too lazy to edit. I'm far too lazy to edit.
like, totally fun.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, it's reality, right? So that's
Yes,
why
indeed.
live is
Chat's
good.
very excited about the Caesar salad, though. But the bread is here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dip in the sauce.
Does she have Twitch Prime? I didn't ask.
I'll ask.
I was watching Heath live stream on Instagram, and he's like, "You should go follow Mrs. Review." Like, you probably shouldn't. It's not worth it. He's like, "You're doing a really bad job of this." I'm like, "Right. Sorry. My bad."
You have Twitch Prime?
Yeah, where is that Twitch Prime? Do you have Twitch Prime? Chat. I need all of you to subscribe right now. With the money. Drop it.
Or free Twitch Prime?
We're free with Twitch Prime. Everybody in the chat is subbed right now.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
I'm not skipping Disney to do Korea. Are you out of your mind?
Do they have Disney Korea?
No. I don't know what a primer is.
Visually, 2 out of 5.
She's a girl. Max, women don't know what Twitch is. Statistically, I think it's like 80% men.
She knows what Twitch is.
Max doesn't think she does. It's not sexist, it's a statistic. Our community has a lot more women than the standard Twitch community. We have an unprecedented number of women.
Yeah, math is sexist.
If it isn't yet, Cadmus will make sure it becomes sexist. Babe, it's a meme. And Erin's like my only real life friend who's a lady who follows me.
So the bread, I think, is the best part so far.
What?
Yeah.
I'm still on salad.
Well, actually, the potato things were pretty good.
Lies, darn lies, and statistics.
It's pretty warm, Hawk. The last couple days have been pretty warm.
That's streamers, not viewers. The community is 80% men. The reason that's why there's so many female streamers, because the viewers are 80% men. If I had a lower cup top, I'd be able to make this point more validly. Your peonies all have buds. I'm so proud of you. Mine don't have any buds yet. They just started, the leaves just started coming out in earnest this last week. Teenage boys aren't men. That's true, isn't it? That is really true.
That guy right there is an American.
New category, hot tub cooking. I once put a pork butt in a sous vide and called it a hot butt hot tub stream. It was funny.
The viewers came piling in.
So many viewers.
And then they immediately left. The bread's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the best part so far. Who said it was the best part? Erin? Yeah, she was right.
The old dudes in their cars are not on the square yet. Don't think you should go on Saturday? There's been some drive-bys, but not a lot of... Nobody's stopping.
A lot of motorcycles out today.
Oil, dude, tranquility. He was talking about going to see you in Chicago and that you were going to walk around the city, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, I told you, probably not a good idea. Just go roam. Chicago's downtown.
Definitely.
Unless you know where you're going.
Go with no lead native topless grill. That's funny.
Yeah, it's so nice out today. Ooh, there's buzzards flying around over there. I wonder what's dead. There's definitely something dead over there.
This cow that I follow on Instagram died.
I saw that.
It was awful. I was reading the police report today because she posted it. The neighbor dogs ate it, and then the lady who owns the neighbor dogs was like, the black one you can take. You can definitely take that one. But I don't believe the white one would have done anything. He's such a sweet dog. And she's like, I watched him eat my cow's face off. I have him on video running back to your house. And she's like, no, he never got out. And they literally had to arrest the two people who own the dogs because they refused to turn over the dogs.
Jeez. Yeah, that's no bueno.
Bananas.
Bueno.
America. Portuguese rolls at the supermarket. Put them in the freezer when I need one. I thought I'd pop it in the air fryer for a few minutes. It's like having fresh baked bread every time.
Hey,
Nice.
Tibia Gamer, what's up?
Indiana. Bald eagle screech. Exactly.
So, Hawk, while you're here, we're probably going to take you to a place that's literally right there. It's a brunch place we take everybody to. So,
It's called Rosie's.
just be aware.
Just FYI.
How do I fix it?
Why? Why have you done this thing? Ah!
Oh, it's inverted. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. There we go.
Why is it inverted?
There we go.
Hey.
Because it's thinking you're going to be facing that way.
I know. There you go. There is a bald eagle screech at all times that follows me around,
Yep.
just going. That's a super smooth hit. Is it automatic? So this is the DJI Osmo 6 gimbal. I got it as a direct result of the kindness and generosity of the guys who run BDM Media. Very nice. You don't have to plan anything, you know. Just being with you guys is enough. I was not really planning anything.
It's just what we do.
It's just what we do. When people come to visit, we're like, oh, let's take them to Rosie's. Rosie's is nice. Yeah. Unlimited coffee. Yeah.
You like breakfast foods? Waffles?
Aaron likes Rosie's too. See?
We should stream when Hawk's here, right?
Yeah.
Like taking him around?
Noblesville?
Oh, yeah, or Indy or wherever. Like we should be streaming it.
We
Right?
should be. I should
The
go
people-
do
the
some
people wanna
videos
see Hawk.
downtown in Indiana or Indianapolis. I'm sorry, for the Eucharistic revival. They're trying to like
Oh, that guy is flying on his scooter.
the Eucharistic Congress is having difficulty because they were supposed to be doing these like Eucharistic processions from a bunch of different areas in the country and then converging in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So they were supposed to have like the Blessed Sacrament in a monstrance followed by people, but the Archbishop of Chicago won't let them.
Why?
He doesn't think it's a good idea. He thinks that Eucharistic adoration, the emphasis on Eucharistic adoration will take away from the emphasis on the Mass, because there's a whole lot of people who go to Eucharistic adoration who don't go to Mass.
Really?
No,
I
he's
was
just a
gonna say.
weirdo.
Okay, I was gonna say what?
That Venn diagram is a circle.
Okay.
Your viewership might go down. No, because we'll get you to take your top off. It'll be fine.
Topless Hawk.
Rosie's is just down the block from this place. Next time you're at Rosie's, how many bits to send your server are you going to get the calamari? Honest to God, I don't think they're ever open at the same time.
Nope.
Small town life. Rosie's closes at 1, I think, maybe 2,
Something like that.
something like that. It's lunch is the last
Lunch and
meal they
brunch, or
serve.
breakfast and brunch.
That's it. They don't have a dinner. It's closed right now. And I think this joint opens at 5.
Oh, you know where she wants to go? 9th Street.
Oh, 9th Street Bistro.
Yeah. Ooh. I totally forgot
Yay.
we ordered these.
She didn't, though, because she's really good at her job. She's smart and capable. Her parents are proud of her. All
They
sorts of
probably think that Peroni in Italy is like,
stuff. Budweiser?
yeah, it's like pea water.
Yeah, they probably hate us.
They actually like it.
Oh,
do they?
really?
Yeah, I went to Italy
Yeah?
last year. They actually everywhere is you don't expect it, but it's also like seltzers. Like it's kind of weird.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seltzers
I'm going
kind of
next
makes
summer.
sense.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've never been before.
I think it's beautiful. Like at first I didn't really like it, but afterwards I just fell in love.
Where did you go?
We went to Sicily and then we went to the Amalfi Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we do trips with Mateo's as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So we're gonna go in October again, and it's gonna be like the north part.
Oh, nice.
Is that like a employee benefit thing, or what? What is
You have
that?
to pay for it?
Yeah. So so customers are allowed to go. Like
Oh.
you just say that you want to go, and then you just sign some papers and stuff like that. And then I go because my dad owns Mateo's.
Oh,
nice.
no way.
Yeah. So
Is his name Mateo?
his name is not Mateo. So Mateo sold it to my dad.
Got it.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Well, good for you, keeping it in the family. You know,
Very
helping dad out.
Do you want to keep your?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I can only eat so
Gotta
many
get it all to
things.
fit in there.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll
Thank
get
you.
some more water as well.
Thank you.
Also, there's a girl in one of that works with us. She wants to know what your handle is.
Mrs. Ruvi. MRSRUV as in Victor I.
Okay. Mrs. Ruby.
Mhm.
Does
Okay.
she watch Twitch?
She does.
See?
She does.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll get
Yeah.
some more water.
Oh, thank you.
Weird.
Italy. Oh yeah, Hawk just got back from Italy. don't they just like a bunch of bitter drinks out there? Like, remember the
I mean,
Italian
if-
soda is like super
If
bitter.
Disney World is to be believed,
Yeah.
yes. Italians love seltzer so much that they have started converting some of the ancient Roman fountains into seltzer fountains. Also, hi. Hi, Benjamin. How are you?
I do feel special, knowing that the owner's daughter is actually out here.
I want to tell her about G. Is that weird? Like, oh, I know another Twitch streamer whose dad owns a restaurant and she runs it and it's a whole thing.
Well, you should tell her friend, because
What?
she's the one who watches Twitch.
This is true.
Like, your friend really wants to watch her friend, not her.
Oh,
It's true. No, you had said that your dad owns the place, and I have a friend who streams on Twitch. Her name is Juliana, but she streams as Pizza Princess G. Her dad owns pizza chains in New York,
Oh.
and she runs like 6 of them. And I was just talking about her earlier in the stream. Like, she's fantastic. She works so hard. Like, she's just an awesome human. And I was like, you guys should hang out. But then he was like, no, your friend would like it better because she actually watches Twitch. And now that brings us full circle.
Okay. Well, I mean, if she should come here sometime.
If I ever get her out here, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll bring her.
Okay.
Score.
Thanks.
Twitch handle is CB radio handle for simplification. Indeed. Does it feel special? No. Yes, it does. It does feel special for the owners, people to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is delightful, and I'm afraid that if I drink this, but I've had multiple things to eat now.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll be
Plus,
okay.
I'm driving. Drink up.
I know things about you. Okay. What is wrong with you? It's Easter. So I'm morally obligated to drink that.
Yeah.
Because Easter.
Right.
But we still have our main coming out.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Matthew Boyle is excited for the festive drinking.
Yeah, I think sunglasses can come off now. The sun is pretty.
I'm still gonna like squint a lot though.
Yeah. Yeah, that part right there is kind of still bright.
And I have blue eyes, and so that makes it harder for me to not squint at you. I
Hey, Matthew.
apologize, chat.
How's it going, man?
No temperance in octaves. No temperance at all! No temperance in octaves!
That's supposed to be like the Beastie Boys?
No?
Yeah, I got it.
Temperance has too many syllables.
I got it.
Catholic BC Boys? You know at least one of them's Catholic. Just
Yeah, they're from
statistically.
Brooklyn.
I like the sugar on that.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It is, isn't it?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay.
Thought he grabbed some Pokemon cards.
So, what is your dream day? Like, what would be a day that you'd be like, dang, that was a good day?
Dream Day?
Yeah, what would that look like?
Do you want the PG version or the...
What is wrong with you?
Alright, here's my dream day.
The priestly voice? That's funny.
I'd wake up naturally, no alarm clock, no screaming, kids, you know. Where's my bobble? It would be just like a nice...
It's not even a bobble, it's a sippy cup. She continues to say that.
Yeah. But you know, we would just wake up. I'd wake
Don't
up
encourage
to
him.
wind just fluttering in through the curtains, birds chirping, nice and cool. And
You're describing Hawaii.
yeah, and I look over and there you are. And the kids are out there playing nicely together. They've been awake for a while, just, you know, sitting quietly, being loving siblings to one another.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they've all been lobotomized.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then, you know, and then have a nice breakfast. Healthy, but with a little bit of like savory goodness to it. Like maybe a nice, you know, like a nice toast with some meat on it, but a
Your
lot of like
daughter's
nice
calling.
fresh blueberries.
She's watching the babies.
Nope, she hung up. Please hold.
With syrup. Like a waffle donut. Yeah, like a waffle
Hey.
donut.
Yeah, we're about to get our main course. Everything okay? Hey. What? Mom's right there.
Hi, baby.
Oh yeah, I see your car right there.
Hi, baby. I love you.
Make a right.
Okay, we'll be home soon.
Bye. I love you. Mary likes me more than most of our other kids ever did. Merritt liked me quite a bit, but Mary likes me a lot. And she's going through a phase right now where she wants to be like surgically attached to my face.
All right, but so then we like have a nice, good, healthy, but delicious breakfast. And
You're
then we
shaking
go
the
out,
camera a lot. Like-
Then we go out and do something active, like together as a family. You know, a nice hike, a nice walk on the beach, nice, you know, something where it's
We're
like
definitely in Hawaii in this fantasy.
Yeah.
We're not in Indiana.
And then we have a nice like barbecued lunch that we all share. And
At
then
the Fish and the Hog.
yeah, and then then we probably do some more active like but relaxing activity like
Tai Chi.
sure, or you know, sitting in a hot tub, swimming.
Good here.
You know, and then nice delicious dinner like that we all get dressed up for.
What about like a real day in your real life? What's your favorite, what would be your ideal day that wouldn't require approximately $10,000 worth of airline tickets? Thoughts on that front?
I would just wake up, you know, hang out around the house and do some work around the backyard, like, I don't know, build a fire, just sit there.
So last weekend, that was your
nice.
idea.
That was a good weekend.
All right.
That was a good day. Easter was a good day. Was it Easter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice day.
Yeah. Hot tub Tai Chi. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, now my real good day, I can't talk about that one on stream.
Ew. Gross. Yeah, I would like to plant the peas tomorrow. That means I need to set up that bed, which means we're not going to get that grass pulled up this year. And so I just need somebody to massively shave down the grass around the beds.
Why won't we pull it up?
Because I don't see you doing it.
I just told you my perfect day is waking up nicely and going outside.
Well, but tomorrow we have to go get... I have to take the kids to... What's that called?
Track.
Track.
Well, if the weather's nice enough, we could do an afternoon thing.
And it should be nice tomorrow, but I don't know how easy it is to pull out grass.
Well, to be fair, I'm the one who always does it. So you don't have to know.
Right, but if we rent the sod puller-upper for a day, will that be enough time?
Wait, how much grass are you talking about?
Just the side where the gardens are.
Like all of it? Or just where that bed is going?
All of it.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing that tomorrow.
Okay.
You and I were not on the same wavelength.
I know. I've shown you so many Instagrams of people with their beds, and they have everything pulled up, and then it's like either
Yeah.
mulch
No, I got
or
you.
rock.
I got you. I thought you were just talking about that one bed that still needs to be done.
No, we can just cover that with weed block. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to get done this year. It's not going to happen.
Oh, well, it could happen, but we gotta.
Do you want to get Hawk to do it while he's here?
I mean,
You're going to take a day off, and you and Hawk can just pull up all the grass?
Yeah.
Hawk, do you want to pull up some grass?
I don't know that I even trusted that sophisticated.
And then you can burn it and tell everybody that you smoked a bunch of grass in America. Except it won't burn because it's all very wet.
Put gasoline on it.
What?
Make it
I
work.
got into it now, but I didn't choose. Like, you know what? I don't even want to change the filter. Plug it. I want to take that out of the ribs. It's like,
Sure. Happy to do whatever.
There you go. See?
Wow.
What's up, Napstock?
I keep having to like wash my hands off because this glass is so sticky.
Why don't you wipe it off? Can you?
Maybe.
Oh, there's a car right there.
Just coming through the alley.
Simon 1. How many Simons do you think there are?
Well, there's Peter, the zealot.
Bonus 420
The
stream
Syrian.
next week?
Syrian.
Smoke some grass
How do you
next
say
week?
that?
The cat
At least 3.
almost all day. He did the other night. Followed me
Mahoney's 420 stream next week. What day of the week is that? Simon Bolivar, so 4.
Probably Friday.
Simon from American Idol. That guy's name is Simon, or is that his last name?
Simon. Yeah.
The English guy. The mean one.
Simon.
Is that Bolivar? Are we talking about the same person?
No.
Cowell. Matthew Boyle has it.
Simon says.
Whoever that guy is.
I had texted last night.
Hey, Paper, how are you?
Oh, paper.
Happy Friday. Happy Easter.
$7,000.
He is risen.
And so I'm trying to think of what else can I fall
You're
back
supposed to
buy?
say risen indeed. Hallelujah.
Yeah, get some rest, Hawk.
So we said we found out the
Jet
fire
setter.
cover up to
Bye, Hawk.
appraisal.
Paper City Gamers name isn't Cyber.
Dude, I feel bad. I've been like really wanting to play games with these guys, like Fred and Paper. And then I'm either always falling asleep or something.
I just want to play blather around with everybody all the time. But then I have to stream it, and people don't like that, so it's like, whatever.
It's really nice out right now. I'm gonna show you. Oops. Oops.
You see like the nice green leaves? I love this. When you look at these trees from far away, it looks like there's just like green fuzz on them. Because you can still see all the blank tree in the middle, but the fuzz, it looks like the tree just got green haze around it. Save the clock tower!
Wait, is
Save
that
the clock
time
tower.
accurate?
Yes. 50 years ago, or no, 30 years ago, lightning struck that clock tower.
It's like $40.
We at the Hill Valley Preservation
They
Society
had, like,
think that it should
$50
be
bill, but it's like
preserved
that box.
exactly as it is, as part of our history and inheritance. There you go, lady. Here's a quarter. Well, thank you. Don't forget to take a flyer. Save the clock tower. No, it's Mayor Wilson is sponsoring an initiative to replace that clock. We at the Hill Valley Preservation Society think that it should be preserved exactly as it is. That's how it goes.
How many times have you seen that movie?
A lot. It's the best one. Ow. So I was talking to Maggie about this morning, and I brought it up in a Discord that I'm in. So I'm going to ask you. All right, is anybody in chat a Gen Z kid?
I don't even know what that means.
Like, I think it's anybody born post 2000, 2001-ish. Those kids. I think maybe like the late 90s gets them too, but I'm not positive. So when I was in college, I took this literature and film class, and they let us pick the syllabus, right? And they let the class. They said they wanted everybody to write down movies that they felt defined or encapsulated the experience of our generation, right? And so we watched Menace to Society and Blade Runner and American Beauty. And I remember the thing that I remember most from this class was that there was only one question about American Beauty on the test. And it was, why did a classroom full of people in their early 20s pick a movie about a midlife crisis as encapsulating the experience of their generation? And like she was totally perplexed by our pick of that movie. And the more I think about it all the time, like how strange that is that a group of millennials picked in their 20s American Beauty as a movie that like encapsulated their generational experience. And I'm like, I still kind of stand by it because it's like this whole disillusionment thing and like yeah, and like everybody rejected it. Anyway, blah blah blah. I was thinking about this today, and then I was thinking, I don't think that there is like, could Gen Z even make such a syllabus? Because I think they've gotten really far away from monoculture, so that they don't have that. And I'm wondering if a Gen Z person could tell me what's some movies that define your generation.
But later we come out.
Or your generational experience.
Okay, all right. You're fine.
No. They could tell you about a YouTube channel.
I'm in the same gen as you, Katie, I think. Gen Z encapsulated best by the motion picture classic World War Z. See, none of them mentioned that. I brought this up in the Crunch Discord, where they're all Gen Zers. Like, they're just getting married, they're just having kids, and some of them are like in high school still. So they're or college still. So they're very, very young. And they were like, I don't think any movie really represents my generation. Like, I can't think of anything that I resonate with or that I think speaks to my experience. Nothing. And one of them postulated, if that's the correct word, that after 9/11 we stopped making thoughtful movies and started just making entertaining movies. And like the ones that were attempting to be thoughtful were absurd, like The Shape of Water, you know? It was very interesting. Oh, look, it's my favorite couple. Hello.
Hey-o.
I've never seen any of those movies, and I was born in '88. Crix, where are you from? You're my age. How did you not see American Beauty? It won Best Picture in 1999. This isn't Back to the Future.
Hello. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Mars.
I'll tell you my name.
Well, like, maybe you're from
West Virginia.
West Virginia. I was thinking, like, Eastern
Wait, what were
Europe.
the movies? What were the movies again?
We watched Menace to Society,
Yeah. Well, back then, the masks
Blade Runner,
didn't really have to look good. And now you have to actually show up.
American Beauty.
The most beautiful eye.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was the semester we watched
Maybe
Lolita,
I got nothing
and I
else
got
to look at.
excused from all of
I was like, maybe I
the
should put
classes
my-
and or activities related to it.
Can I get you anything to drink?
I wouldn't say any of those movies define me.
I didn't pick any of
Yeah, I
them.
was gonna say. I don't know.
I think my picks were like,
Oh, you can go ahead.
Gin and tonic.
oh, and also freaking Full Metal Jacket,
Which is a Vietnam
which is
War?
a Vietnam War movie.
Yeah, that doesn't
like,
make sense.
That didn't make any sense, but I think it was because there hadn't been any Iraq War movies. I think they just picked a war movie that was like a war people didn't get behind.
Would you like any appetizers?
Yeah, no, those were picks by just a bunch of film class people.
It seems like it, but I thought the American Beauty one was probably right. I think a lot of millennials think of that movie as being like
Hey, you just got rated.
definitive. Oh my goodness, by who?
Layla.
Hey,
Lala.
Lala.
Lala Carpe
Hey,
Diem.
Lala, how are you, friend? Welcome in. Thanks for the raid.
Hey, Hagrid, just give me bits.
Hagrid, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
Look,
Oh my
there's
goodness.
a Pokemon for you.
Oh, yes, your Pokemon is whatever that thing is in the window over there.
You can barely see it, but it's okay.
We'll go over there after we're done eating. Mallrats. I was surprised not very many people picked, what was that, Revenge of the Nerds that was filmed at U of A? I think it was Revenge of the Nerds.
All right, let's see. If I had to pick a movie,
What if someone donates for the Saint of the Day? Oh, I've got a Saint available. You go for it. Let me know.
what would you pick? What would be your movie?
That defines my generation?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know do we mean like subject matter or do we mean like that everybody got behind? Because for me, it would be The Matrix and the Lord of the Rings movies.
Matrix, yes. Lord of the Rings was a great, like,
That was like a
cinematic
cultural
thing,
experience.
but
I don't mean
set.
it as like I don't mean it as like the plot of it defined our generation, but the scene
No,
of
The
it.
Matrix. You're right with The Matrix. That's the one.
Yeah, The Matrix was probably the right answer.
Yeah.
Gotta do the sound too.
I like the kilt.
Thank you.
Looking good.
Oh no, my guy fell off.
Oh yeah, I put it in here because it fell off. I didn't want to lose it.
I was about to have a Saint for you, and then apparently,
That guy's just rocking a kilt, like on a random
as one
Friday.
does. Your patron saint of the day is, bam, Saint Martha of Bethany.
So what was Lala up to? Here, I'll fix it.
I can fix it.
I'll fix it.
There you go. Everyone got sunglasses and trench coats after The Matrix, right? No, because that came out like right after.
Yeah,
or
bad timing.
Bad timing. Do you remember? Because that was 99, and that was the same year of the
Trench coat.
Columbine shooting when the trench coat mafia guys were all the rage.
Yeah. If that hadn't happened, trench coats probably would have been big.
Would have been big, yeah. Which was funny because I used to play this video game that I don't think I've ever streamed because I'm not able to, but it was called Titanic Adventure Out of Time. My brother and sister, my stepbrother and sister, both went to Columbine High School. And before the shooting happened, they were watching me play that video game, and all the NPCs in the background that were just like chilling, they're basically like people in long coats because it's the Titanic, so they're wearing like 1910 style clothing, or 1912 style clothing, or whatever it is. My stepbrother and sister used to call them the trench coat mafia all the time. They're like, oh, look at all the trench coat mafia guys in the background. So they used that term like gigglingly because they were a known group at their school, and that was a thing.
Yeah.
And then after the shooting happened, I was like, oh.
Yep. It's kind of crazy.
Thank you for the shout out, Max. You were an awesome egg.
They drove to celebrate their 36th anniversary.
That was also
tomorrow.
what I was going to say, Matthew Boyle. Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic. Yeah.
36th anniversary tomorrow in Florida. Oh.
Titanic was like that first movie where it's like,
You took a girl.
no, actually, but it extended the length of a movie so long that people were like willing to sit through
it.
and then it kind of pushed that like
It was like 3 hours.
yeah, people were like, okay, people are willing to sit through this.
It was 2 VHS. I remember the day that Titanic came out on VHS, and I had my mom go get it. I wanted to get it so bad, and that was like the bossest thing my mom ever did. She picked it up at Walmart before she got me from school.
Yeah.
So she rolled up at school in our 1998 Mercury Grand Marquis that you drove for a few years, if you remember correctly.
I do.
Because she had just gotten into a car accident and had to buy a new car. Pulled up in that bad boy with the 2-box set of Titanic.
Did it have an intermission? Basically. Well, when you watch it on VHS, it did.
Yeah, that's true. Movies were long before Titanic. Movies were so long that they had intermissions in the middle. We used to have this theater in Grand Island where I grew up called the Grand Theater that had summer movies for kids. And all of the movies had intermissions, but specifically there was one called, was it The Rocketeer? Maybe? Early 90s movie. I only remember that a guy had a rocket pack on his back and he went through a cornfield and set it on fire. But that movie had an intermission, but all the movies had an intermission at the Grand and the kids' summer movie thing. And my mom and aunt used to like drop us off for movies there. Saw Titanic in theaters, they had an intermission. I remember watching the Seven Samurai that was 3 hours long. Did you order dinner yet? Where are you going to eat? We already ordered, and we are having I forget what it's called, but it's basically a Wellington ish. Italian Wellington.
Okay. Okay. We'll just keep it on.
Just drop my fork or my knife.
Chat basically ordered for us.
Yeah, they did.
I think Paper, you should come here too. Visit.
I always feel bad for people when they come visit Indiana because there's nothing to do except hang out with us, and we are boring.
That's not true. There's a lot to do. You just don't do it.
Yeah, but if they're going to do it, like, they usually want us to go do it with them, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the Children's Museum again. Or, like, we have kids doing a thing. We're busy.
That's more like the truth.
You can watch the Rocketeer on Disney Plus. Is that the right movie? Am I thinking the right movie? Oh, no! I'm on low power mode. We're going to run out of battery.
You got 20%. You're good.
Just don't watch Adventures in Babysitting? What's on Adventures in Babysitting? I don't think I ever saw that movie. I think I would enjoy the area for a visit. You're welcome to come.
You would. You should come. There's a lot to do. Don't let her lie to you.
That was a great movie. Wait, why is this not working?
It is.
If people want to have an exciting day in Indiana, they just go to Gary and flash a wad of cash. Hijinks and adventure will ensue. is true.
You're welcome.
Sorry, my foot is itchy.
The bundle?
Ooh-wee.
Like we need
Can't listen to other people's conversations.
Yes, clams. Yes.
It's rude.
And the bread's already in there. Would we like another
Nope,
beer?
I'm good. I
Your
gotta
food will be
drive.
right out.
Okay,
No worries,
thank you.
thank you. Look at all the kids playing over there. They're having a good time.
They really are.
You can't show other people's kids on the internet.
It's like it's not like I'm showing kids. I'm just showing the.
I just love that kids run around on the square out here. It's just nice, you know? I like that we live in a smallish town. Empty small town. They're building an apartment complex where the what's it called is farmers market.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do with farmers market?
It's gonna have to stay all in the grassy area.
Oh. Well, that might be
Nothing
good.
over in the parking lot area.
That might actually be really
They
nice.
tore down that like bathroom area.
Are they apartments or condos?
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is.
Well, like apartments you rent, condos you own.
I think that they're apartments, which is good because it helps to like keep our town from becoming extremely expensive. At least if that's the YouTube videos that I've watched about why it's so expensive to live in cities in California.
Do you
hard
want
to
a
be
glass of
believed.
wine with your portion of filetto de blue gorgonzola?
I wasn't planning on it.
I think it would be a delightful compliment.
Do you think that?
I do.
I think Max is on your team.
Festive drinking.
Matthew Boyle is on drinking's team.
Put a one in chat if you think she should get a nice glass of red wine.
Like a nice Pinot Noir.
Yep. One.
You don't even have to ask Max.
Hey Donnie, how are you, man? How are the dogs?
You look Neanderthal.
Who, me?
I don't know. Probably. Zico's jealous.
Thank you. I actually take that as a compliment.
Somebody came in on Wednesday and was like, "You think you're funny, but you're not as funny as you think you are." I was like, "I'm sorry, Matt Frad. What are you doing here?"
She doesn't think she's funny.
I don't even think I'm funny. That's stupid.
See, paper says get a Pinot Noir. Get one for him.
Max says, I would take Max's opinion over most people's.
He didn't say anything contrary.
He said number one.
Right.
Oh, not contrary, no. But paper agrees with my Pinot Noir pick.
Yeah, so does Max. He said number one. He said put a one in chat. We'll just get you a nice Pinot Noir.
Here. You can finish that then.
For paper. Do it for paper.
Right, for paper.
Very good to see you guys.
Because paper's a good egg. You know the
I have, yes. Finally. How about you?
because the paper, sorry,
I did.
I look like the alpha male.
Okay.
My inventory. That's the main secret. That's the main one.
Arsenal and
The hardest
Zico
one.
are hanging out together, being like weird incels in somebody's basement.
You guys are great as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just ask the owner's daughter to recommend a glass of something that goes well
I
with the
see you.
play.
You
Do
you
it for
always
the
like
vibe.
walking and biking and
Yeah, try to.
Ay, ay, ay.
I always say that if I go on a 20-mile bike ride,
Do you think I would ever cheat on you with a guy richer than you?
No.
20 and
No.
a half miles,
Not in a million years.
so I never win, right?
at least you're not like you're keeping like level.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been traveling a lot for work.
Sorry, the thought just. Ugh.
Kid said you couldn't remarry him, so.
Really? And just like
That's true. Our kids make this whole big deal. I mean, she looks like a man.
I mean, that is her maiden
And
name.
my maiden name was Man. Thank you.
Fine.
Um,
So kids doing well. Everybody good.
I'm sure Arsenal has a very like
small
good.
penis.
Well, I was gonna say that, but like a good aesthetic compass. Like,
Great
you know,
son, right?
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they have two grandsons there.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
That's true.
Before you guys.
When I think of people with a good eye, I think probably wandering the internet.
you know, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, offering miscellaneous advice.
Kind of a brewery tap room that has a restaurant.
A rich and rewarding personal life. Is that what you meant to say, Luis? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A rich and rewarding personal life. She's a dude. I'm a dude. We're all dudes here. What is going on? There's like a bug infestation all of a sudden.
They're way different, you know, the labor laws are very
Dude! Dude!
Dude, where's my car?
Doing?
Is it true what they say?
Do you want to let this play out?
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
not.
They do, but you know, they.
It is true. It is true. What they say.
I feel like in restaurants like Brazil, they
An
get.
apple a day keeps the doctor away.
It's true.
It's worse
I've
than
heard that
Brazil.
a handful of nuts can lead to immortality.
Yeah. All right. Zico and Arsenal. All you got to do is just make sure you eat nuts. Just a handful, once a day.
One handful.
You won't die.
You will not. Well, you have a 20% chance of
Well,
not
you're
dying.
20% less likely to
Less
be
likely
immortal.
to die.
So what was the
Double your handful, 2 handfuls of nuts, you'll basically live forever. Right?
It's like
No
a
doubt.
fun little excursion into just chatting. Who invited you guys?
Oh, I eat nuts. At least a handful a day.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'm asking for a social study. Seems extremely scientific. I feel like they already do that. Eat a handful of nuts.
Yeah.
Where you're
Definitely.
traveling
Oh,
and you just
oh dear.
we'll walk down here. We'll walk.
Did you do 2 handfuls today?
Lovely happens. You know that you weren't planning.
No, just the one.
Just the one
Yeah,
handful
might
of
have
nuts.
another handful of nuts later.
Later. Well,
Depends on how much wine I have. How much wine I have.
right. I've been getting the raw mixed nuts at Target. They're very good. Yes.
Paper nuts. Paper nuts.
2 handfuls. Dose. Dose. Manos. Con. Todos los natos. Don't know how to speak Spanish.
Yeah, Phil. Good friends. Good friends.
Yeah. Good friends.
Next time we need to Portland, so you guys can actually travel north and come to Bahia.
Okay.
You
Try
guys stay at my
India.
place, yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
so
I
if
just
you like
went
the
to
California
India.
food,
Yeah,
just
definitely
came back
come
from
to
India.
Bahia. You're gonna like it. There's a lot of
Brought some home even.
You were curious if Gen Z was in the chat. I think we found them.
Yeah. She brought nuts home from India.
I did. I brought home Indian nuts. Arsenal's trying to get me to say an inappropriate phrase. You see that?
We've been around Twitch long enough to
This is
know.
not our first rodeo. Like Lassie? Venus Tranquility is like, we love things! Our chat is so good.
Yeah.
Don't you love everyone in our chat? I mean, everybody who's usually here.
Yeah.
What I want to say
I'm really feeling like this fillet is going to be delicious.
Do you think it's going to be the best filet you've had all day?
Definitely.
Definitely.
they project the film, but they're playing
You know,
Scary?
to
I
each,
am.
To each their own.
I'm scary. I'm a scary person.
You are. You scare me sometimes.
Not gonna lie, totally forgot about the play. Wow, you're having a long day with Chad. Yeah.
No, they don't even sing you songs here for your
No,
birthday.
it's not that kind of restaurant.
It's not Applebee's.
That might be the kind of restaurant you're used to, but it's not the kind that we're at.
We
Sorry, usually I'm not that snotty. So everybody else in the world who goes to Applebee's, please be advised that was not really an insult at you. It was just attempting to insult somebody else.
No, but we went to
It was
this.
annoying me.
We went to this place called Ford's Garage when Colton was here visiting, and we saw them sing
The Applebee's
the,
song.
the Applebee's song, and so Micah wanted to go back, and he forgot that they sing birthday songs to you.
Birthday song.
And so as we were walking in, we're like, you know, you're gonna get your birthday
Birthday
song.
song.
He was like, if I swear, if you make them sing my birthday, I will leave. But then he ended up being a good sport about it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Seeing cakes, etc.
So, yeah. Mary had a great time. She's been saying thank you a lot to everyone at restaurants. It's so funny.
It's not even saying thankful. She's been screaming thank you. Thank you across the restaurant. Ay. I prefer restaurants where they sing unbirthday songs.
I've never had one of those. What is an unbirthday song?
Happy unbirthday from Applebee's to you. We're glad it's not our birthday, so we can party too. Hey.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. At Red Lobster, and it made you mad? Did they do this the whole time? Was it just a lot of this? Ay.
Well, so far, the food's been pretty good.
We
We'll
haven't
see.
had our main dish yet, and my phone's probably going to die before we get there. I was at a Chinese buffet for my birthday, and they forcefully made me clap my hands over my head. Wait, sorry. Like, grab my hands and made them clap. That's hilarious.
The best part so far was, well, the appetizer was pretty good. Calamari was okay. Those little potato things were good. Kind of like the fried ravioli was good. Caesar salad was okay.
Zika wonders if we have an opinion on Brexit.
No.
We're American. Why would we have an opinion on Brexit? I bet they have a power source inside. They probably do. Do you have an opinion on Brexit?
No.
Do you think anyone that you know does?
If anything, I'm not really educated on the topic, but honestly, I'm probably pro-Brexit.
You're pro-Brexit?
If I had to guess.
It's not a breakfast food.
Well, it's because, like, I just think, if I'm not mistaken, like, Brexit is, like, more government involvement. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of governments
Not Brexiting?
not Brexiting, and I'm just like, get away, So,
You would prefer less government?
yeah,
Are you just trying to get Cadmus to kiss you with his tongue?
maybe.
I think you are.
Maybe.
All right. Brexit is like the final victory for the American Revolution. It sounds right.
I honestly know nothing
Really,
about
Luis?
Brexit. I really don't know. Is Brexit good or bad? I don't know. You tell me. What's your opinion?
Hold up. Brexit isn't another meal today. I know. It was surprising to me as well.
I honestly have no idea.
What is your opinion on Biden? President Joseph Biden. I don't have an opinion on him. Name
I don't
3
know the guy.
countries with the letter C.
Canada.
Canada, Chad, Congo. Unless you want to go with the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and then it doesn't start with a C, right?
I think Congo is just the general.
Congo is the general one.
The general.
What did you just drop?
Piece of bread.
Brexit is what happens when you start your day with too much high-fiber cereal. That sounds funny.
We've
I
been
like
drinking these probiotic sodas lately.
I have been.
Yeah. How's that been going?
I haven't noticed a lot of difference, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. They claim to be good for me, but really it just seems like soda, and I haven't had like an incredible influx of bathroom time, if that's what you're asking. What's your opinion of pizza as breakfast? I think the pizza makes for a great breakfast.
Only if it's leftover and cold.
I don't agree with that. Heat it up on a pizza steel, 400 degrees. I hate kombucha. It tastes like vinegar.
Yeah, I don't like the taste of it.
It is not good. The phone's gonna die, by the way. We're about to lose this whole thing.
It's fine. You'll see the steak. We'll eat the steak.
Did I misread the awkward shared cheese pull?
Yeah.
You did. You did, Boats. Rip phone. I know. Sorry. Luis is correct. Cold pizza and warm beer is the breakfast of champions.
He knows.
You people woke up in frat houses way too much.
Max knows.
Ay. I don't even think you guys are going to get to see the...
Filet? No, you're good. You got like another 15 minutes at least.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I would be very surprised.
We can always switch to my phone.
Salutations. Cold pizza is the breakfast of champions. It was a barracks instead of a frat house, but yeah. I mean, what's the actual difference? 16 minutes just for the heck of it. I'm just sad that we can't continue the conversation with our 2 new chat
Wait,
friends.
did they just
I
get
know, I
bored
think
and
they
leave, or-
left.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
Sad.
Our buddies. They wanted to like
I was just getting to know them.
try to get us into some sort of a political conversation so that they could clip us. But my only political opinions is that you should refer to people by their titles as a matter of respect. President. And I don't know if it's a political opinion. I talked about this on Wednesday. I don't feel comfortable calling him Joe Biden because I don't feel like we're friends. And so he needs to be Joseph. It bothers me.
That's what I was saying. I don't know the guy.
I don't like calling him Joe Biden. That feels uncomfortable. Attempted politics got breakfast conversations. Don't you hate it? I hate it when you're trying to do that. I had a roommate who would only eat cheese and toppings and not the bread or the crust and had to kick her out. That makes sense.
Sometimes I do that with the leftovers.
Yeah.
Like when there's one slice left and I don't want to eat the whole bread.
Yeah.
Just like pull off the cheese.
I don't think we should have called Bill Clinton either. William. His name is William. Is this a Democratic president thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
George went by George. Donald went by Donald. Barack went by Barack. Ronald went by Ronald. Gerald. Wait, I'm missing somebody. The peanut farmer. What's that guy's name? Shoot.
Jimmy?
Jimmy. Oh, no, I don't
he?
like that. James Carter. I definitely don't like that at all. You did. You missed trolls.
No one's a fan of the crust. Like, even on the first date, you just eat it because, you know,
I'm
that's what
sorry
you do.
about that.
Oh,
Oh, it's
you're
okay.
good. Thank you.
I'm just happy for you.
I didn't
Thank
realize
you.
it was like pastry.
You didn't realize the puff pastry was
I didn't
involved?
read it.
What? Can I steal an extra fork from you?
Yeah, of course I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Look at this.
Yeah.
And I know that
Cut it open.
I need a fork.
practice for clients now.
What's this? The gorgonzola sauce?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can we bother you for a glass of Pinot Noir as well?
Yeah, for both.
This one.
Just one. Thanks.
Ooh, pine nuts. I love pine nuts.
There we go. Someone microwaved that hot pocket for too long.
Some of this asparagus with shallots. I love shallots.
You do love shallots, don't you?
I really do.
Okay, so this is not a Wellington. There's not a
Mustard, mushroom.
mustard, no mushrooms. Gorgonzola sauce.
Mm.
No, it's medium rare. Ah,
That's good. Oh yeah. This is really good.
yeah, it is big, and it's a good thing we split it. He was like, 8 ounces. That's not 2 people. Yes, it is. Your pea's gonna smell funny.
Yep. So is yours.
Very ladylike. That's why that guy thinks I'm a man.
Yeah. Coming to Mateo's and not owned by Mateo.
Exactly. Cereal and orange seem less upscale than it did previously. I don't know. Oranges are fancy, man.
The blue cheese on the asparagus is really good.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If he felt safe and comfortable.
I could live without the shallots.
Oh, I love shallots.
I know you do.
Donnie, you don't like blue cheese, gorgonzola? It's so good.
We love blue cheese. How do the kids say? We stan a stinky cheese. Is that what the kids say? Do they still say stan? You know that's a reference to an Eminem song? It is.
How's everything?
Good.
Delightful.
Oh, you said you wanted Pinot Noir or Pinot Grigio?
Noir.
No, thank you.
I wish you could come to Italy with us. That would be cool.
I wish I could too, but you're gonna have fun.
Do you think one day when we're old we'll get to go any place cool together? I feel like every place I've been that's neat, I've had to go by myself.
Yeah. Udon is not a fan of Gruyere.
Really? We should ask about the restaurant trips.
Like where you're going while you're there?
No, the one that Mateo takes, so the customers can go.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Sour? Our Gruyere is creamy. Are you sure you had Gruyere?
I feel like Cybers is a cheese aficionado.
You think?
Yeah, because he's from
Denmark?
Denmark. Don't they have like a lot of good cheeses there?
I don't know that Denmark is known for its cheese. It's known for its proximity to Switzerland.
Tell her I'm wrong, Cybers.
Cyprus, you guys got a lot of cheese in Denmark? Lintox says he has good cheese. I bet it's social media influencer.
Way to get on.
Tiramisu or creme brulee?
Huh? Tiramisu. Tiramisu, right? I love tiramisu. Millie wanted me to make one on stream this week.
She does like it. Quite a bit.
She does.
Well,
Denmark has quite a lot of cheese.
now your phone is probably going to die any moment.
Any moment, chat.
So now might be the time to say goodbye because you probably are at like 2% right now.
Oh, well, then we have to go, chat. I hope you enjoyed hanging out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Salud. I hope you had a great time on our date night. We're gonna go home soon. We didn't dress up for it. It was the Pontifical Mission Society, and I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of missions in India. I mean, in Italy, since that's where the Vatican is. But maybe. Do not need to see any cardinals in Italy, for sure not. Though one of the cardinals that I met was on the Pope's Council of Cardinals. Did you know that?
I didn't.
While I was there, he was renamed. He had been there previously to the Council of Cardinals. And I was like, nice to meet you, Cardinal Gracious. I heard you're fancy. Thanks for hanging out, Udon. Thanks for being here, guys. I hope you have a great night. Mwah. Thank you for being here. I hope this wasn't a bad stream. I think
I thought it was
a good
fun.
stream. I thought it was a nice stream, right?
Plus, I haven't gotten to see Chad in a long time.
I know. And you got to hang
I'm
out
always
with him.
working.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Chad.